What is going on, guys? It is time for us to start the show. Let me move into my little screen. Guys, what's up? I hope you're doing well. And yes, Deeza, the Gooners are here. Guys, it's time for my favorite time of the week. Because it's been a while since... It's Fembat Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel. Oh. Forgive me. That's a... Oh, goodness. That was really funny. Where was I? Sorry. It's been a little bit of time since we had the VOD. Yo, is that Cub? What's going on, Cub? How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Oh boy. It's been a while since we've had the VOD. I'm doing great because we get to have the VOD today. Put the Dr. Pepper down. I don't have a Dr. Pepper. I have, thank you. I don't have Dr. Pepper. I have carbonated water. Black cherry carbonated water. But anyway, it's been a while since we've done the VOD. And I love doing the VOD. Why? Because I get to talk to wonderful VTubers, and I get to hear their stories, and we just engage in overall shenanigans and chaos. And today's no exception. We had a fun Phasmophobia stream yesterday. We had a fun Phasmophobia stream yesterday with our wonderful friends Robe Caster, Spider Marian Vega, Lay Ray Bard. And I'm excited for next week's streams. On a side note, guys, we have been blowing up on YouTube, and I am so happy. We are almost at 450 subscribers on YouTube, and I guess I have the Warhammer community to thank for that. With my stupid little voiceover memes that I've been doing. That the past 5 of them that I released on my shorts have happened to just be Warhammer related, and they're so dumb, and I freaking love them. Like, with whatever reason, one of my shorts now has it passed the 200,000 view mark, and to which I say thank you so much for watching my stupid videos. I have a lot of fun with them. I post them because I just want to do stupid little voiceover meme stuff. I don't really care if they get views, and I guess if people enjoy them, they enjoy them. I mean, heck, I talked about it before. I got one comment. There were a couple comments I saw that accused me of stealing content. One was saying it was AI generated. It was AI generated content that I did with the voices and all that, but like that I was stealing somebody else's content because I guess it was they thought it was okay, and I'm like, I don't know whether to be assaulted or flattered, and I chose the latter. So if you haven't seen my dumb little bro, I knew it was AI fembi, hell yeah. So if you haven't seen them, consider checking out my YouTube, because the moment we pass more subscribers on YouTube than Twitch, I don't know what I'll do, but that'd be a funny thing. So, with that growing, be on the lookout for more content, because I've been recording a bunch of stuff. Like, heck, the one that I recorded, where is it? Let me see if I can get the link to this. This one right here, I recorded that in 30 minutes for that specific YouTube short. That took 30 minutes to record, and I was straight up, I just subbed on YouTube. Oh, thank you so much, Cub. I really appreciate that. When I recorded that, I straight up just racked my throat. Like, I was, for the first time in a long time for doing some VO stuff, I was like full on screaming. Like, I was yelling and just... It's because it's a Warhammer version of that Amazing Spider-Man meme where he's just like, "Shocker, you can't escape me. I'll chase you to the ends of the earth." And so I was legitimately screaming and shouting as I was doing that, and it was funny because, as you guys know, I'm a college student. With the stuff that I don't do in a studio, I record it in my apartment, and I live with 5 other people, and thankfully, 4 of the 5 people were out at a party, and one of my other roommates was in his room, and I had to walk over them like, hey, I'm gonna be screaming, like I'm gonna be really screaming to record some voiceover stuff. If you hear that, don't worry, just bear with me. He's like, oh, it's fine, it's okay. And so I had to stand like a few feet back from my mic, and I'm just shouting. And by the end of it, I'm like, I can't speak, I can't do this. And so I finished. I'm like, I freaking love how it turned out. But you got to be willing. You got to be willing to go the extra mile if you want to do some voice acting stuff. That's all. That's my advice to you for now. So I've rambled on long enough. Today, we will be welcoming one of the many. Is that supposed to be Fae or Fairy? Hopefully that says. I wonder if Fae is the, because that's just what they wrote for me. That's just what they wrote for me. Okay. Today we'll be welcoming one of the many Fae who roam the lands. With a passion for baking up sweet treats, she loves baking up something special even more if it can help put a smile on someone's face when they're having a rough day. She is a variety streamer, mainly streaming all sorts of games or doing collabs with friends, as well as she is a voice actress. Please give a warm welcome to the one dubbed by her Fae friends as the Cookie Queen, Jubilee, the Baking Fairy. I swapped the buttons on my Stream Deck, so I don't have that anymore. So I had to actually click into my OBS for that. Jubilee, how are you doing today? The pleasure is mine. Boy howdy. I don't know what you were thinking as you were hearing me ramble about shouting into my mic, but I imagine you could heavily relate to that. Her audio's broken. What do you mean we haven't had this problem in a long time. What do you mean her audio is broken? Is it crackling? Is it sound robotic? Because if it does, that happens. Discord is stupid. Let me just take a sip of my drink. Oh, delicious. Let me listen back to it. Okay. Dangerously cracking, echoing, robotic all at once. Wonderful. So, let's hear. Like, could you please speak for me, Jubilee, once more? Oh my gosh. That's very odd. I don't know why it's doing that. It hasn't done that in a long while. Alright. Perhaps say something one more time. Let's see if it's continuous. Because sometimes it fixes itself. No? Alright, hold on. Let's try this. Why don't you leave and then come back? I am so sorry, guys. We haven't had this happen in a long while. Let's see. Try it again. All right, they say it works now. Perfect. Yes. I blame not having the VOD in a long time. I'm sorry, guys. Where's my source code? I must open it back up. We haven't had this level of scuff in a long while. It's okay. It happens. It happens. We don't talk about it. I also don't know where my audio is for my music. I have not had this level of scuff in so long. I can't believe I can't believe you've done this. Okay, the music is back. There we go. All right, so now I can get off this screen so I don't have to listen to my own voice. Um, no, I don't. Why is my now my chat box is bleeding off the screen? Why is everything breaking? Everything is breaking. You broke my chat. For an apology, I require a million Mountain Dew. No. All right, so we're back. We're back. Everything should be fixed. It should be. Please, I hope it is. It's okay. We should be good now. So, Jubilee. We first met with you taking. It's funny. So I want to before I ask the question, I want to give a little bit of context because I realized that I forgot to give a little bit of context as to because I like to do that in the beginning of how I typically meet my guests, and I forgot to do that as I was saying the introduction. It's funny story, guys. I reached out to Jubilee way back in May. Actually, no, you reached out to me in May. Because at the time I was doing my very first voiceover show and I was looking for people and you had sent me your demo reel, your website and all that. And the thing is that it wasn't until my second big show that I had seen that you made a comment on and I'm like, "Oh, okay. I need to fix this. I need to do this." And so I sent a message out asking if you wanted to be on the VOD. And then some time went by and it wasn't until in October where that's when I made the second post. And then you reached out and said, "Hey, I want to do it again. I'm interested." I'm like, "Oh shoot." we reached out to each other, but we both did not see each other's messages. And so you ended up getting selected to work on my Halloween audio drama, and it was such a good production to do. It was so much fun to do. You nailed it. Everybody loved it. And so, what's going on, Few? It was so much fun to because for those that don't know, if I may, for those that don't know, Jubilee here is a professional voice actress. And when I say it like that, I'm not talking about the dumb little comic dubs that I do on YouTube. I'm talking about actual let me phrase that. I don't want to diminish the stuff I do. I just don't do professional anime. I do radio and I do commercial. I don't do anime. Regardless, Jubilee here does actual anime dubs, and she is a professional voice actress. And so in the stuff that we recorded, it was honestly, I think, the easiest recording session of all of those that I had taken part of. So when I say this, I mean it sincerely. Thank you for having such a chill and such a easy recording session, considering you had the most lines. Because we kept talking. Man. The union would hate that. That's a union's worst nightmare. Look, you gotta... Sometimes if you do... They pay you for an hour, and if you just go... They still gotta be like, all right, well, I guess... Just need you to breathe up. it just that brings me to the story that you told me about how it was like at like 7 or 8 at night or whatever, and you get a call. It's like, hey, Jubilee, yeah, are you busy right now? Not particularly, but I might be. Why? Hey, the voice actress that we originally had, something didn't work out, and she won't be able to come in tonight. Can you come in and record this? It's like, okay, cool. It was just like, I think it was just like 2 lines, but each of them were like a singular word or something like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my goodness. So, but that's happened to me many times with because I typically, a lot of the work I do, I'm able to set aside just be like, okay, if I need to do this edit, I have until this day to do it. But a lot of times my studio will call me like, hey, what are you doing right now? Nothing, I'm just doing an edit. Can you come down and do a film shoot? Maybe. It's like, we need because thankfully I'm at a point where I can choose to decline that stuff, and I'm very lucky in that regard. And because the thing is, we have a team. We have a team of people, so it's not like voice acting where it's they want to put that particular voice. It's like, ah, shoot, I can't decline that. And thankfully, we have these people, a part of our team, where it's like, if I can't do it, then we have 2 other people that can. They just typically come to me first. And so they're like, hey, can you come in and do this film shoot? I'm like, maybe. What's the film shoot? It's like, okay, you're gonna be outside. It's gonna be really snowy. And you're gonna be in the back of a car scrunched up, and it's for a commercial. It's for like a 30-second commercial for this like local station. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm gonna be in the back of a car, and like, yep, you're gonna be in the back of a car. You're probably gonna be laying down and pointing it straight at the guy. And like, okay, what are the lines he's giving? Like, he's actually just breathing and like yelling because he's frustrated that his car doesn't work. I'm like, okay, fine, I'll do it. So I immediately get ready, just rush down to the studio to get everything set up. Oh, but it's fun. I love it. Don't get me wrong, I love it. It's one of those things where my top 3 types of audio I like doing are, I like of ADR recording is number 1. That's my specialty. That's my niche, so to speak, is how we say it. It's my niche is ADR engineering. Next is broadcast mixing. So for like TV or streaming or anything like that. Not like Twitch streams, but like stuff where, tens of thousands of people watch these streams on the internet. And then the last one is like field recording, which is, typical boom mic holding for like a film. And it's fun, but at the same time, sometimes it can be very frustrating. But that's something to talk about later. I think it's time for me to ask my very first question, because boy howdy, we love to talk, as you guys can see. So, without further ado, guys, Jubilee, it's time for me to ask my first and, in my opinion, most important question. That is, who are you, and what is your story? Okay. Mm-hmm. So let's start with the lore and then go, because I always like talking about starting with the lore, and then we kind of figure out what created this lore. So what is your lore? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Really? Oh. That is, I think that is the most fleshed out lore I have seen on this show, because people say, ah, yeah, and the lore is, like a demon, I'm a demon, whatnot, and like, you know, come down, come from hell. It was a fallen angel, and now I'm here. It's like, oh, neat. And so, going more with that. So if that's the lore, what was the inspiration behind this? Where did this come from? Mm-hmm. 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 Dang. I mean, I've never ever thought about it like that. You know, having basing a lot of things off of the characters you voice. I mean, so what would be an example of that? Mm-hmm. 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 Oh. Ooh. See, I've never been. I don't think I've really tried my hand at baking other than like, um, don't you call me a sour Twinkie? How dare you? Uh, I've never really tried my hand at baking other than like the occasional box of brownie mix. Um, but I do a lot of cooking, and it's funny that you talk about just anime and stuff like that. Something I really want to do is I want to get a cast iron like takoyaki pan, and I'd love to do the. I'm assuming you've watched Dragon Ball Z, right? Okay, so have you seen Dragon Ball Super? It's okay. It's okay. Well, it's not a spoiler by any means because it's like a filler thing. The character Krillin made takoyaki and made like almost 60 balls or whatever. You know, maybe he's like 30 to 60 balls. That's a lot of takoyaki. And he filled one of them with wasabi. Yes, that's exactly what it is. Shinji, crank that soldier boy. Sorry, that's just bubbles here. Would you rather Would you rather me drop the IE and call you a sour twink? How dare you? How dare you? I'm gonna find where you live and I'm gonna take away your Twinkies. Yeah. I'm going to give them sugar-free Twinkies. That is cruel and unusual punishment. Oh, did you say whole wheat? Yes. I love giving children 9-grain Twinkies. That just has like the just I suppose I deserve that. Also, on a side note, chat, my model's a little funky, so it throws things slightly to the off kilter of me. You will get the 9-grain Twinkies and you will like it. Fudged. Oh, you know what? I have. Wait, hold on. Let me adjust this. Hey. It's on a side note. So this is like I forgot to mention on stream yesterday. Where we're talking about imposter syndrome for whatever reason, and let me tell you, Nine Inch Nails a ripoff. Oh my good. Nine grain Twinkies. Gross. Don't you say 9-inch Twinkie. How big is a 9-inch? I have a ruler next to me in my desk. That is a massive Oh, we got a comedian in chat. Oh, 9-inch Twinkie. Well hung. Cub, I thought you were following me already. What the heck? Well, thank you. It's okay. I've had far worse people. I've had far worse people. It's okay. It's okay. We'll get there. We'll probably devote like the entire next hour, like from 7 to 8. I guess for your case, from 8 to 9. I forgot I subbed on YouTube. Oh, thanks, Cub. Holy crap, is that Val? Yes, Tony, it is Val. On a side note, guys, I want to show you this real quick. Our wonderful Tony here, which I'm going to give them a shout out. That did not... Why do they have to make the I right next to the O? So, let me get a shout out for our wonderful Tony here. Why am I not following Tony? I'm following Tony now. Get followed, nerd. We haven't gotten a good segue from 9-inch hung Twinkies back into points. Like, no, stop. No. Cease your heresy. This is how I feel right now. This image right now is how I feel right now. So, uh, what I want to show you guys is this wonderful piece of Val art, or as I like to call it, Vart, that the wonderful Tony here did. Which, where is it? Which, and going forward, sorry, what were you going to say? That's Chopper Val. That is, can we get much higher, Val? So, this, no, it's Vart with a V. It's Vart. It is Vart. How dare you? Just for that, you don't get pizza. Jeez, you were dying. Where's... Okay, hold on. Glass. Alright, so... Here you guys go. Fit to screen. Oh my gosh, it's all the way at the... I'm straight up going to cry. Alright, I'm just gonna throw it here. My gosh, don't die, please! It's not that funny! It's not that funny! So, anyway. Brand new piece of Val art, and it looks so good. It looks so cool. Like, freaking, I love it so much. As it is now on all of my new VOD-related thumbnails, this is what's going to be going on it. So you want to be a voice actor? Pose? But it looks so good. It looks, even got my scar and everything. Okay, get out of here, Val. I love you, but, like, get out of here. So, where were we? Hung Twinkies. Hung Twinkies. Sorry, just 2 words in the English lexicon that should not be together are hung and Twinkie. All right, sure. Let me take a sip of my thing while you speak of it. Don't you say Hunk Twinkies made by Little Debbie! How dare you? Okay. Okay. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Actually, I may have an example of that for people. So I will divulge something for you guys to see. When last year, and it's something I'm going to be doing, so as a university student, there are 2 things I do. There's practicum classes that I have to apply the knowledge I've learned and do things like that, and then there's my senior project. And for my practicum course that I took last year, I decided to, we're not going to talk about the legality of it, dub, I use air quotes, an anime that had not been dubbed at the time. But the thing is, because I talked with my university's legal department, head of copyright and trademark, and I talked to him like, hey, this is my plan, this is what I want to do. I'm trying to reach out to the distributor. I probably won't get it. What can I do? He's like, so long as you don't put it out online, so long as you don't do anything with it, you're good. It's being used for education. Again, so long as you're keeping it, you're still crediting things, you're doing all the proper channels, legally, again, you're not putting it out there, you're not making money. It's only for education, and you're not posting on social media or anything like that for financial gain. You're fine. And so I went through the process of doing all that, and that was at a time when I wasn't doing as much voiceover stuff, and so it was all completely new to me. And oh my gosh, the amount of respect I have for my writers. We spent so this was a 7-minute scene, and we spent 3 days and about 6 to 7 hours each day just doing those 7 minutes. And that's not to mention the work that my buddy did, who translated all the Japanese in that, and how we had to. And I was kind of talking about this with you earlier, like last time we spoke, was one of the hardest things that people don't understand about English dubs is this. Having to translate from Japanese to English is, one, a hard thing, but two, having to adapt it from the Japanese nomenclature and Japanese cultural dialogue to something that makes sense in English is incredibly difficult. And so, this is a big point of contention I have with people who say English dubs are terrible, and I'm like, are they terrible, or do you just not? I think you're just more content with a language you don't fully understand, and that's your basis. And so that's not to say there's not bad English dubs out there. There's bad English dubs out there. But there's also bad Japanese dubs. You just don't know it because you don't speak Japanese. And that's fine. That's fine. That's wonderful. It's just that there was a line in that script we had to translate that has something along the terms of, I don't know if I have the translation script from it. Because it was emailed to me. I could find the email, but I'm not going to do that right now. Basically, Big Lurk, I'll chat you up later, Gooners and Twinkies. Thanks, Deeza. You are a force to be reckoned with. So, having to translate a saying in Japanese of, you have just won 100 scrub brushes, made no sense in English. It made no sense at all. But in Japanese, the context made sense, because it's essentially a, congratulations, what do I get for winning? It's like, guess what? You just won something you cannot use because it has no value to you. It's like, wonderful. And so from that, it was, I just have the amount of respect I have for my team was just, they were fantastic. Oh, itadakimasu. Itadakimasu. Yes. Oh. Oh my gosh. So it's funny. I told you about this already, is with this project, because I think you heard me talking with one of my buddies about it. We recorded that all in my apartment with one of my microphones. And it's not a good. It was one of the AT mics. Ayo, it's an AT mic. Regardless, ADR, a good ADR software, depending on how it's set up. Sometimes it's used in Pro Tools. Other times it's used with another software. I can't remember for the life of me what it's called. It starts with a Q or something like that. Basically, and also I paused the music on the stream because I was going to show the video in a moment so it didn't clash. But the big thing about it was, I had my pen pointed in it. I had my pen in my hand, pointing it pointing at him to start and speak every time for his line. So every time I would point it at him, and when the line was done, I'd take the pen away and point it at him again when he had to record the next one. And it worked. It was just, Ugh. Matching those lip flaps was just... That was the hardest part about writing the script. Time coding is a... It... Mm-hmm. 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 Oh, no. Whoop. Dang. Spoilers. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Uh-huh. I... That's fun. Mm-hmm. And sometimes he just... It's the director. It's whatever the director wants. I don't... Yeah, it's a delicate balance of we need to be authentic, but also nobody speaks like this. That sort of reminds me of Darkness from Konosuba. Very, very much a much flowery and performative voice as they speak. I can imagine how annoying that can get. Oh, thank goodness. Honestly, same. Honestly, same. So, I've pulled up the clip. Somebody knows it. It did get an English dub, and that's why I was like, it's funny because when I recorded this, there was still no English dub at the time. Let's see, when did? Oh, it's such a good show. Let's see, I needed to see when I had this. So this was back in. Oh, no way, this was 2013. Maybe this was 2013, last year. So it was straight up just last year in July. And at that time, because when I got when we started writing that script, that was back in June, and the recording session that we had was in late June. I just spent so much time mixing it, because the thing is, I don't have a big old Avid S6 in my apartment. Sorry, I live on the 3rd floor. But the studio that I work at does. And I was like, can I do this on it? And he's like, yeah. It's like, I mean, I can actually send you an image later, Jubilee, because I think you'd find it to be interesting, of the mixing process that we did for it. We took photos of it because it was such a really fun thing to do. But regardless, here is the scene that has that Walla Walla. It's just so cool. Oh, there it is. Where is it? There it is. And there's so many things I wish I could fix about this. and so all of this, and the actress that we cast for it, she did such a fantastic job for it. Because like I think I cast like there were 60 about 40 to 60 people that showed up for this thing to audition, and yeah, it was a lot of people, and I had a lot of female voice actresses show up to be a part of it, and like it was just she killed it. As soon as I heard her voice, I'm like, that is the voice that is perfect for this character. That is a voice that's perfect. And so, like going back to with all of this, just the leftover people. On a side note, fun fact: you can actually hear me right. I lent my voice for this stupid character because I realized I didn't have anybody to do that at the time, and this is like weeks after we had finished recording. There it is, right there. It's so goofy, so goofy. And so, but the wall of wall that we're referring to, the amount of people I got, I think it was like eight or 10 people. These are all separate voices. So those are all, every single voice that you hear, that's a different person. Like that's not people doing multiple voices. And like it's just in the end, the amount of mixing we had to do just for those voices. It's mostly panning, thankfully. It's mostly panning, but just this entire process that we had to do was just it really puts into perspective just how much work goes into this kind of stuff, especially as an amateur when it comes to anime like this as I am. Go ahead. Mm-hmm. What do you mean? Yeah. Yes, we did. Because the room was so small. Because we didn't have a big open room to record in. Instead, we just had this really small like booth that was used for, because the thing is, if I asked my studio, I'm like, hey, can we record stuff with our actual booth, with the Neumanns and whatnot, chances are he would have said yes. But instead we had to record at our a local radio station, and that was yeah, that was the station they used. That's one of the VO booths they used to basically do the voiceovers for their radio productions, just the radio interviews and stuff like that. And so we just didn't have it as a dream. Like, okay, you're gonna come in here one at a time. We're just gonna record these independently. Yeah, yeah. That's why it took, because every single person we had to adjust it accordingly by individual basis, instead of yes, they're all together, now we're just mixing one track. And so it was, I don't like to think about it. Mm-hmm. 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 Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. People step over each other. Oh, no, no, no. Okay, sorry. Uh-huh. Oh, no. Oh my gosh. Mm-hmm. Nobody heard that. Nobody heard. It's. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hey, this is that's a testament to your ability to use your voice. That's the thing. Hmm. I can. So sorry. Did not mean to. It's the tangents we go on when we speak. Oh yeah, that's where we're at. Wait a minute, no! Oh my gosh. Can't believe we're talking about the hung Twinkies. It's okay. Nobody, don't worry, don't worry. Nobody say anything about that. You know, it's okay. I can transition this to the next sort of discussion if you want. So, you know, doing voiceover is what you primarily do. That's it's your main line of work. But you know, streaming on Twitch and all that. What do you typically like to stream? What are your big streaming things that you love to do? Uh huh. Oh yeah, that trust me, the amount of oh my goodness, that carbonated water is just it is just hitting me. Rin! Ah! Do you have has ever have has had ever had has ever have has ever has ever had? No. No, Rin, I haven't. Could you please expand? Also, how dare you resub to me being subscribed for 9 months? Gonna do you put you in the pear wiggler. Sorry. Yes, the pear wiggler. Allow me to demonstrate. Whoa, Ren! It came out of nowhere. Yes. Oh, come on. Show. The pear wiggler is by... My gosh! Yes, the pear wiggler. The pear... See, bad and naughty children get put in the pear wiggler to atone for their crimes. For those that don't know, the pear wiggler is a 3D CGI generated computer simulation to show what'll happen to pears that are not properly secured during transit. That's what it is. So it's the bruise to movement ratio that they would experience if they're not tied down. That's all the wiggle them pears. It's a pear wiggler. Rain, you completely threw us off our collabing. That's right, collabing. So I've been doing a lot of collabing, and I feel like there's nothing. That's exactly what will happen in the pear wiggler. The pear wiggler is very bouncy. So being able to collab with people is a very fun thing. So what do you like to collab? Like, is there an ideal game? Because I think the one thing you told me is that Oh Dear has been a game you've been playing a lot recently. Mm-hmm. Why? Oh my gosh. Also, Rin, I am not doing Gilbert Gottfried on the VOD. I am not doing Gilbert. You continue talking. I'm gonna mute myself so I can prep this then. I freaking love Am I gonna have to do an Ultimate Chicken Horse collab? I freaking love Ultimate Chicken Horse. Wait, do I even have it on PC? Hold on. Ultimate. It's $15. I will gladly buy, because I have that on my PlayStation, but I know. You don't need to sweeten the pot like that. I won't say no, but still, I will happily play it with you regardless of that. Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry. Please continue. I need to practice the Gilbert Gottfried. I am dying. I am dying. All right. Oh. I need to set my timer just for this. Hold on. Oh, it hurts my throat. Hurts my throat so much. Every time. There's a reason why I make this redeem only 1 minute every, I redeem this, and chat made me read Shrek is love, Shrek is life. And I will never get that time back. But I still have... Yes. You might know me from hit movie Aladdin, and what is it? Aladdin 2, Jafar's Revenge, or something like that. But yes, there's a reason people love the fact that I do the Gilbert Gottfried! Anyway, I can't... My mic probably clipped from that. Who do you think you are, tempting me with a cracker? I can't believe it! I just don't believe it! You're tempting me... Oh boy, he's cracked. He's got nuts! Jafar! Let's see. We're doing a bit. It's oh, let's see. Is there an Iago quote that'd be funny to do before I end this? We gotta get out of here? Nah, what is it? I wish I could do a good Jafar impression. Dude, I found out that Jafar, the voice actor for Jafar was Pyman in Hell of a Boss. Oh, that is ugly crying. What is that? That is an ugly noise. Sorry. Oh, there it is. There you go. I have to clear my throat again. I have to get back into it. It's not one of the things I can just shut on and off. It really just, it just takes a lot out of my throat. Puppet ruler, want a cracker? Here's your cracker. Shove them all the way down your throat. Here, have lots of crackers. That's all I got for you guys. Jubilee, do not bring up to me about the hung Twinkies. If you hear me outside, I'm so sorry. Sorry, that's from my roommates. Those are my roommates. I'm so sorry, roommates, that you have to hear me yell and do that. The things I do for my community. All right, let's see. All right, hold on. I have my cut. Okay. Well, thankfully, I've done it enough where I know how to do it properly. Yes. Yes. Yes, dear. Alright, let's see. Where is it? Continue to payment. Be spending that money I would have gotten Chipotle tonight, but no. So instead of spending the money on Chipotle, I spent it on Ultimate Chicken Horse. But I've been meaning to get that game anyway. So, alright, well. I do have an excuse to play. Well, yeah, now it's downloading. And it just finished downloading. Cool. Alright, now I just need to get some people to play with besides you. So, well, we should play it in that later. Oh, there it is. Now I just finished downloading. Hold on. Oh, whew. Hell yeah. So, talking more about these collabs. A lot of people I've been talking to recently have been struggling to find people to collab with, have been, to reach out and make that extra step. And it seems from you, a lot of your content is derived from collaborations with other VTubers, whether it be your friends or just more random individuals. Heck, when I put out my collab thing, you immediately just hopped on that and just said, yeah, well, let's do it, and you were just ready to hop into it and do it. What advice would you have for those that are struggling to try and either set up collabs or just make the jump and just join a collab? Mm-hmm. 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 Hmm. Mm-hmm. 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 I saw that. I did. What is it? The Past Within was what that game was called? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it was a good stream. Watching it, I will say the friendliness and the energy that is extended to not only your collab mate, but I feel like it's also heavily extended to your community, because I feel like A collab is not doesn't just have to be exclusive to the person you're collabing with, but maybe in a more introspective way. You're collabing with your chat. Mm-hmm. No, I can only imagine how just I can only imagine how much fun and how much warmth the streams I mean, just the way you're talking with me in this conversation we have, I can only imagine how warm your chat is. Now, how do I phrase this? Can you have bad collabs first and foremost? In your opinion? Mm-hmm. 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 Are we gonna have to do a chain together collab? Wait, what do you mean get the game to actually work? Has it not been like I mean you're expressing it just wasn't working for you. Like what was going on? It was just like no. Oh no. Because like in the times I played Chain Together with my buddies. It was like it worked. I mean, we didn't have any problems with it. We actually got decently far. Um, but that was only after we decided not to do like the square chain. We did like just the one long chain. Oh, that'll do it. It's funny. Apophis Nova here, my good buddy, best friend, and head artist, there who's in chat. He also lives in that area. I kind of told you about it. Where he lives in that area, and so I think he can attest to those thunderstorms rolling through. What is there? Is there a hurricane? Oh, hurricanes, duh. Uh huh. Yes, that's something he's been talking about a lot. That he does mention to me. At least where I am up here in the good old northern part of America, it just snows and I hate it. I'm from California. Yup. Yup. That's the thing. I'm from California and I spent most of my life in the good old sinful desert of Las Vegas. And I 110 to 115 degrees, zero humidity summers were my bread and butter. Because the thing is, you'd step outside and you'd immediately just burn and light on fire, kind of thing. Because from what I've heard from my good buddy Apophis Nova there, just for you guys over in that part of the country, it's that heat, but it's the opposite of for the humidity. So it's hot, but then you get hot, like really just icky. So see, that's that's the beauty of Las Vegas is that you step outside to go to your mailbox, you don't sweat, your shoes start to melt, and then you just collapse from how hot it is. Uh-huh. Oh, it's so that's so funny that you mentioned that because when I was in Tokyo, when I was in Japan over the summer, just like because it was because it was during my summer break in school, so I had a month and a half off where I didn't have to do school, and that was really the only time I was free to do it, and not to mention ticket prices were cheaper that way. And so, oh my goodness, it was I've never been in a more humid place. Because when it's funny because I just today I hung up pictures on my wall of my Japan trip, and almost every picture you see me with a towel around my neck because of just I'm walking around. I'm like it's 90 degrees. I'm like, oh, 90 degrees sounds lovely, compared to the 110. And so it's like, oh, every day was just okay. I bought this hat. I specifically bought this one hat that I wear. It is a desert tan hat, and I specifically got it because it hides the sweat stains well. Your place. And let's see what it is in Las Vegas. So it's currently 57 right now, with a high of 66. Well, and see, and that's I think that's the what people don't understand is Las Vegas is, compared to where you guys are. Las Vegas is a desert. It is an arid desert. So it goes from intense heat to freezing temperatures at nighttime. At night. Mm-hmm. Uh huh. Yeah. 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 Mm-hmm. See, we just have flash floods. The most we get is flash floods, and it gets horrible because since it's Las Vegas as a bowl, and because it is a massive city. Las Vegas is massive, but it's not separated by anything. Like it's not like Los Angeles where it's separated by the mountains there, where you have the San Fernando Valley and all that where it's separated. By, don't remind me where it's separated by mountains. It's a Las Vegas. Las Vegas is a bowl. And so because of that, when it rains, all of the water rushes down from the outside and floods the inner part of the city. And I don't know why humanity decided those were the best places to start cities. Clay soil. Yeah, 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 yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, the amount of times I've seen cars floating down the street in Vegas, down it, because there's a massive, one of the massive roads that runs straight through Vegas is a street called Decatur, and it runs straight through north south, and that street loves to get flooded all the time only because of the east-west streets that cross it, and that's the only reason it gets flooded, because it goes north-south. It's north-south. It's for the most part pretty flat, but it's only because of those east-west streets that it just rushes down and pools there. It's like, and you just see a car just going from left to right, and you're like, what the heck? Oh, but being in Japan has made me realize Japan can take it. They can. I will. Suddenly 110-degree weather with like a 40% humidity is not bad at all. I would rather sizzle in the sun than boil in the sun. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Thank goodness. Like. And the thing that's going to be so much fun is once I graduate next year, I'll be either going to Los Angeles or I'll be going to where you are, and I'll be getting to take my pick of weird summers. Well, actually, no, summer in Los Angeles is actually pretty nice. Usually. But summer in that place is... I don't know if I'm ready for it, but I'll know I've made it as a person there if I can brave it and just. Oh no. Oh. So, from what I can gather from both you and Nova, you never adapt, you never become accustomed, you just sit there and suffer in silence. It is... Oh. Good luck! Sorry, it took me a second to realize, if you don't have a good air conditioning, you'll die. Sorry, you know what that's called? That's called natural selection. Oh, whoa, it's 109 degrees? Thank goodness, it was 110 yesterday. Uh-huh. Oh, boy. Thank you, Nova. Look, summer. The summers in Las Vegas, I just remember working labor jobs in the summers of Las Vegas, and the way to combat that is just make sure you're wearing it'll suck, but make sure you're wearing jeans and make sure you're wearing long sleeve shirts and a hat to cover your neck, something like that. Just drink plenty of water. You're good to go. I did that in Japan. It was useless. Surprisingly, I didn't get a lot of bugs in Japan. The only big bug I got, oh my gosh, I'm pretty sure I talked about this on stream already, but I was watching Hunter x Hunter. So my buddy and I, my best friend and I, as we were traveling, we were staying at this cool old traditional Japanese townhouse, and it was really nice. It was really fun, really cool. Tatami mat floors, sliding doors, and everything. And so they didn't have chairs, because it's traditional and all that. But they had the futons and all that. And so we're sitting in the main room, and we were just binge watching Hunter x Hunter. Every night we got home, that week we were in Yokohama staying there, every night we'd stay up for like 2 or 3 hours just binge watching Hunter x Hunter. The dub of Hunter x Hunter, guys, go watch Hunter x Hunter. The dub is fantastic. It's so good. Erica Mendez, Christina V, Matt Mercer. I can't remember Kurapika. I need to remember. Kurapika VO. So we started watching. Oh, it was Erica Harlocker. Erica Harlocker, fantastic. Yeah. So Erica Harlocker does Kurapika. So yeah, you have such a good cast. Freaking Max Middleman as the king. It's so good. Hunter x Hunter is. So I started watching you. We started watching Yu Hakusho when we got back to the States, and we needed to continue watching it because the thing is, as a gift, when I went to my last convention, I got a mystery bag from the Crunchyroll, giant booth they had at the Las Vegas convention I went to, and I got a thing there, and from it, one of the things I got was I keep rambling. I'm so sorry. Where are my thoughts? From the mystery bag, one of the things I got was a Steelbook Blu-ray of the first like I think 12 episodes of Yu Hakusho. And I have one of the prints that came with it, one of the postcard prints that came with it, which I could probably send a picture in my server, it's really cool. But the point being is, we stayed up and we were just watching Hunter x Hunter again. Hunter x Hunter fin. It's okay. Crashing my stream. But again, guys, go watch Hunter x Hunter. I will never not talk about how good it is. Watch Yu Hakusho. So we'd watch it every night, and coincidentally, when we were during the part in the series when the Chimera Ants were like near the end, we're vibing, and I mean, not vibing, everything was depressing, but watching it. And so as we were watching this, my buddy, the lights were off, we're just laying each in our futon, on the futons, and just watching it with the iPad just in the center of us. I was watching it as we're laying on the floor. My buddy looks to his right and I look to my left. I'm like, what the heck? Because he's looking down and he's just like, oh shoot, centipede! And we both jump up and I'm freaking out because we just looked between us and there was a centipede that crawled between us. And it was just, and I flipped on the light, and so I got my crock, and like we followed the centipede. The centipede had crawled into the corner where the TV was, and so we're just waiting for it to come back out. As soon as that happened, I smashed it with, no, it was a bottle. I smashed it with a bottle, but it was still alive. We're like, what is going on? So my buddy got his crock, his other croc, and it started smacking it. We were just like, just panicking. And so it was just terrifying. Like, it was so hard to sleep that night. Because seeing a centipede is just, I don't like centipedes. But the funniest thing about it was just we saw that centipede as we were watching the Chimera Ant arc in Hunter x Hunter. Oh, yeah. No, sorry. That's just... Anyway. Bugs. Because you talked about bugs. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. Oh, red paper wasps? No. That's what because I just looked up red wasp. It says red paper wasp insect. They look evil. They look sinister. See, Las Vegas. Las Vegas thankfully doesn't get mosquitoes unless you're by still water. Because the thing is just. It's not humid. It's just they'll be cooked alive. What thrives are flies. Flies love, and so we either get a bunch of flies, grasshoppers, or like worms. And so I'd imagine. I imagine. I don't like bugs. Oh, bugs that could. I don't like spiders. Unless, like, well, the thing is, I've learned that spiders are, for the most part, harmless in the aspect of they don't actively try and hurt you unless you threaten it. It's like a bee. I just remember a video of I think it was a huntsman spider on a wall, and a person just like was holding their cat, and it went up to the wall, and the cat just like stamped on it. The bird, the bird eating spider. And with that, we'll spend the last couple minutes talking about voiceover. Because I was at least trying to make sure we didn't spend the entirety of this talking about voiceover. Yep. Heck, I didn't even get the chance to ask you about my food flowchart. We'll speedrun this. Basically, we made my head mod made this flowchart, and I refined it over the course of several streams because people don't seem to get a hint on when a joke is to stop. But they basically would take most any food and throw it into one of 5 categories. With it being, don't worry about it, soup, steak, salad, sandwich. And so you've probably seen it before. It's nothing new. We've just refined it. So basically, we take any food. What's your favorite food? What's your favorite baked, like, dessert? Let's take cookies. So, is the cookie going to be eaten yes, no, or maybe? If you say maybe, it's going to cycle back into itself until you can say yes or no. All right. Is it state of matter a solid or a liquid? Is it made of a singular mass, or is it made up of multiple parts? And what I mean by that is this one cookie, one singular cookie, or is this cookies in a bowl or something like that? And so if it's cookies in a bowl, that means it's made of multiple parts. If is it a layered dish, meaning there's a clear separation of things within the dish itself. Really? You think it's layered like that? Because if I think a bowl of cookies, I don't think that's layered at all. I think that's just thrown in there. Okay, we didn't, because then we have to go back and reevaluate this, because that's the thing. Specificity matters, because it's like, but do you put the cookies on top of each other, like stacking them? So a bowl of assorted cookies, you're saying, would be considered a sandwich. Cookie sandwiches are cookie sandwiches. But mm-hmm. But one singular cookie would constitute a steak. But it's a singular mass. What do you mean it's not? But that's still in one. I want to debate, but I can't with that voice. Just like it's the most like, you're wrong, and here's why, but I'm gonna make sure I don't embarrass you kind, and I freaking love it. So my But couldn't I just smash a ball of like bread into, because by the same logic, if I took like chocolate chips, if I took chocolate chips and just threw, like, put that into a piece of bread and like rolled the bread into a ball and then flattened it, so that's still a, but that's made of one singular, because the thing is, the defining factor of this, but there's only one of the thing. It's only, but they're all made together in a cohesive thing. This is why I love the chart, because it divides people so much. Because at the end of the day, I'm not the arbiter of truth where I'm like, oh yes, it's gonna be like if you think it's a sandwich, this is your answer. This isn't my answer. Wait a minute. Now that's where I have to draw the line. You can't say a cake is a steak, but a cookie's a sandwich when it's both. I don't like this anymore. The chart brings out the worst in people. It really does. Why is it a steak? Even though you took the eggs, the flour, and you smashed it all together. What? Okay, that I can get. That I can get behind. That I can get behind, because yes, because it's the blanket statement of a cookie rather than a specific cookie. Yeah. Uh-huh. Like a peanut M&M. Oh yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yes. Yeah. I can't believe we got the food expert on the show for this. Gosh. We did it, guys. We cracked the code. We cracked the code. It's nuts. All right, so okay, I do have a big question before I move on, because this is important. And this was something that was I don't have the answer. I'm not saying there's a right or wrong answer. This is just something that was asked to me. And I've just been asking people to see what their response has been. Is a cheesecake a cake or a pie? Like, if it just goes like a New York style cheesecake, the most stereotypical normal cheesecake, it's a New York style cheesecake. Is that a pie or is that a cake? Because the uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh. Oh. See, and what I've heard is that the one that gets people the most is crust is what determines whether it's a pie or a cake. Because if there's crust on it, like, because I've never seen a cake with clear defined crust. I can see it. Give you 2 hours, we could change that. Ain't no way I'm eating cake with a crust. Well, you're not eating a cake then, you're eating a pie. So you agree! That is true. It's that doubles back to the cookie discussion of, well, then you have to be specific on what kind of cookie, what kind of cheesecake it is, because there are cheesecakes that don't have crust. All right, what's your favorite type of cake? I think mine would have to be a spice cake. Carrot cake. I attribute that to my grandmother because it was very big apparently in the 50s and 60s. Yo, chocolate cake is good. Okay. Ooh, with a little bit of mousse. Ooh, that's some good stuff. Okay, what about pie then? Ooh, I think my dad's favorite is lemon meringue. I think my favorite pie though has to be pumpkin pie. Pecan pie. I don't think I've ever had a pardon my pronunciation. I've never had a pecan pie before. Ooh. Maybe I should go to the Big B store downtown and get one of them cakes. Favorite ice cream. This is just turning into a favorite food stream. Oh, you know what? I did a food tier list with my buddy Phantom a while back. Maybe I'll have to bring that back just for you, because the thing is, my buddy the Phantom Fame is the pickiest eater ever. Because like it all started because I'm like, you ever just have like a good soup? And he's like, nope. I'm like, what do you mean no? He's like, I just don't like the consistency. I'm like, you don't like the consistency of soup? He's like, yep, just don't like it. I'm like, you've never had like a tomato bisque soup with like grilled cheese on a hot day? He's like, nope, never had. I'm like, why not? And so then it escalated into, so you don't like cereal then? He's like, nope, I just eat it dry. I'm like, what is this? You know, it. I'm sure I have it somewhere, but it was a bunch of food. We did like 3 different tier lists where it was just foods, and then the last one was spices. And so, all right, before we do our last, because I don't know if we're gonna get to the talk about more of the voiceover stuff unless this ends up going longer. I do mind, but that's only because I have my apartment. They're doing a Smash Bros night tonight. I'd be inclined for mine. It's kind of a tie. Actually, no. I am basic. I love just straight chocolate ice cream. If I had to, like, so it's either chocolate ice cream or I've much prefer chocolate gelato. But that's only because it's softer and easier for me to eat because I have sensitive teeth. So it does have less milk. It has a lot less calories. Not still. Oh no, me over here with 2 gallons of milk in my fridge. To be fair, I credit my consumption of milk with the reason why I'm 6'3". So my joints hurt all day. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no. My joints hurt all the time. Oh my gosh. You know, it's funny because on a side note, anytime you bring up, you should meet my friend, and it turns out to be like this other like known voice actor. It's like, you should meet my friend Alejandro. Just like dropping that, like it's like, you mean Alejandro Sub, like the VTuber voice actor and he's a popular YouTuber? No, 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 not him. No, not that. The friend, my friend. Well, yeah, no, exactly. But it's one of those things where I always find it funny, where it's like, yeah, my friend, insert name of relatively famous person in this niche that we're a part of. It's like just it's like, oh yeah, I got his friend. His name's Bill Gates. Don't know if you've heard of him. To be fair, they're your IRL friends. So at that point, it's it. It's like if I was IRL friends with Bill Gates. Like, yeah, I could kind of drop that. No, but well, and they're wonderful people. Oh yeah, hell yeah. Well, maybe I should drop a shout out for those small streamers. You know, I don't know. Maybe help Monarch out. Well, maybe I should drop a shout out just for those small streamers. Gotta help them out, get those numbers up. Oh my. Oh heck yeah, they're awesome. Freaking oh my goodness, the amount of my I was talking to my buddy about that. I was talking to my buddy about Monarch, and just something he always loves to bring up is like, he's like, if you ever had Monarch on, because we talked about two things we talked, it was it in this don't worry, it was completely unrelated to this. It was just, we have to be talking about VTubers, and Siu came up, or Sayu came up. Sayu every time Sayu and Monarch's names both came up because we were talking about like VTubers that'd be fun to have on the VOD. I was like, oh yeah, having somebody like Merryweather on my show, I think that'd be so much fun. Having somebody like what is it, Tenma from Face Connect is like, those were people I was talking. It was like, it's like, oh, what if you had somebody like Sayu or Monarch? And I'm like, what questions would I ask them? And so it was like, for Sayu, it was like, it was like, I wonder how he would react. Comes on the show, because at the very beginning when I say, so how are you doing, insert name of person, just dropping it. So welcome, how are you doing, Kagi? Just like, no, but it, but it was, sorry, it's just like I said, it was one of those, it was one of those things where I'm like, you reference like a voice actor or like a performer by like something they did in the past, because that was the discussion we had, was like, yes, I walk up to like, like a famous voice actor like Sean Schemmel. It's like, hey, what's going on? How did you feel about Garcon from Berserk 1997? So we bring up like this old name, and so I'm just like, because that, for me, that's where I know where how I found out about him was Kagi Films back in the day. And so it's just like, yes, can't imagine how pissed he would be if I said, welcome to the show, Kagi, and immediately leave, and then immediately leave. Nah, but it's the inverse of that with Monarch was just the amount of tech issues that would plague my stream if Monarch came on, and just oh my goodness, because I recently learned from him that apparently she used Microsoft Edge, and so I learned that. I'm like, you went this long and just only use Microsoft Edge? You have a world to explore. uh at the end of the day, guys, just remember, voice actors, VTubers are people too, and sometimes they have their own problems. In my case, I don't know when to shut up, and my streams don't work. Hey, welcome to the VOD. I have advice on that. Throw yourself out there and ask. There is nothing wrong with that. That is the best way you're going to do that. And so I've showed it once before here on my on stream, and I'll do it again because I love to illustrate it to people. Excuse me. Whew. So let me show you guys my Twitter for a moment. Where is it? So, let me show you this. Right there. This right here is my Twitter page. Okay? Hopefully it's large enough for you guys to see. This is my Twitter page. Here are my messages. Now, most of these, as of recently, have been for people for my voice acting stuff. But if we go down here, the further down we go, you'll start to see some familiar names. Like, for instance, there's Takahata. There's Quinn. Let's see, where's more? Cottontail. This guy, I forget his name, but he's really cool. Further down we move. I did ask Kirshi. There was more right there. There is that right there is why can I suddenly not remember his name? Jonah Scott. So that's Jonah Scott. And so, like, the further down you see all of these people that I have reached out to want to have them on my show, you know, asking, you know, like Heavenly, like Mim, like Punkalope, you know, False ID, Girl DM, you know, all of these people I have asked and wanted to be on my show. I don't get a response back. You see that? That's Zentreya. I DM'd Zentreya. Not like I get a response from that, but I did it. Like, heck, this is, I don't want you guys to be seeing all that. That's with Lucius Merriweather. That's somebody who I really look up to. And I sent him a message when I first started this show. Didn't get a response back. I had my VTuber show, my voiceover thing last month. And he reached out. I reached out to him again. We connected. We talked. You know, and we got to work together. And so it's one of those things where I message a lot of people to have on my show to interact with. I don't get a response, but if I don't, I just move on. It's no skin off my nose. I did my part. So it's either up to luck or it's up to them to decide if it's worth their time. And if it's not, that's okay. If it is, that's wonderful. So my advice to you would be just do it, for lack of a better phrase. Just put yourself out there and just try it. Because more often than not, you're most likely going to get ignored, and that's okay. That is okay. That will happen. And when that does, you just move on. And when you move on, you find someone else. That's not to say you throw somebody aside and you just don't treat it like You don't treat it like it's an important connection or whatnot. But it's what I mean is, once you connect with somebody, be professional. Try your best. You know, treat it is important. But if they don't reach back, well, that's fine. You just move on until you can just have those connections you want, and that's how you get those. I'm so grateful for the people that I reached out to hoping they would reach back, and they have, and I've had them on my show, and they're wonderful people. And the biggest thing, reaching out to Merriweather, I did not. He is one of the biggest inspirations for me becoming a VTuber. I didn't think he was going to respond to me after reaching out about my show. He did. Paid off, and it worked. But that's because I took the initiative. I didn't let my fear get the better of me. At first, I did let the fear get the better, because when he expressed interest, I about had a panic attack. You can talk to my mods about that. I was like, I was slumping my chair. I was like, okay, gotta play this cool. He messaged me. We're talking. Okay, cool. He just sent me a Discord friend request. Okay, what do I do now? And so, just do it, because that's a load off your mind. Because once they actually connect, that's when the real magic can happen. So, anywho, I've talked long enough. It's time for me to get to the final 10 questions of this stream. So, guys, these are my 10 questions. These 10 questions have been written and curated by writer, actor, director James Lipton. They often ask guests on a show inside the actor's studio. These questions have no right or wrong answer. They're just questions for you guys. They're questions for us to see what our guest response is. Now, if you would like to play along with it and give us your responses, your answers, I would love to read them. But other than that, Jubilee, are you ready? Perfect. So, for our first question, what is your favorite word? Gouda? Oh, you do say it a lot anytime a confirmation is given. Is that... Oh! Do you just like Gouda? There you go. Puns make the world go round. What is your least favorite word? Of all the words you could have said, that was not the one that was anywhere near my mind. Why do you hate that word? In 5 words or less. Or in 1 sentence. Is it just the way it sounds, or is it a context thing? All right. That makes sense. What inspires you creatively, spiritually, or emotionally? Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's okay. It's more an overall thing. So what inspires you creatively, spiritually, emotionally? So it's like, what inspires you overall? So that's a good answer. So then what ruins that inspiration? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I know that feeling. I know that feeling well. And I guess in my case, it's that feeling of self-doubt. Well, for me, it is. Mm. Oof. I hate those days. Like, I want to say, I'm so happy you guys all enjoyed the. I'm so happy you guys all enjoyed that Halloween audio drama. I'm go. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I dreaded every day of that and couldn't wait for it to end. The reason being was I was sick throughout the entirety of that. So I was incredibly sick and I had COVID for almost a month. And so I wanted that, not to mention all the attention I was receiving and the people I was working with, just all the, it's not something I'm used to. And so it was very overwhelming for me. And add that on top of, I have this deadline, but my hands are shaking. Let's do this. It was just, next time I will be more transparent and be like, sorry guys, I'm gonna have to delay this. I'm not feeling good. All of these things are piling up. So and I did. That was once the show finally ended, that the next day I went to the doctor. And I got prescriptions and I was instantly much better the day after. So it was, yeah. What is your favorite curse word, if you have one? If you don't want to curse, and that's completely fine, what is a substitute that you like to use? I don't know how well you could hear that clapping. You heard it here, ladies and gentlemen. The F word remains the top curse word of the VOD. Clipping it now. Wonderful. Sorry, your progeny is gonna see this. It's okay, guys. It's just, have you ever seen How I Met Your Mother? Little self-deprecation here. Don't worry. Right now the VOD is kind of like the morning show that Robin did. Oh. 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 The Disney magic, my suspension of disbelief. If it's any consolation, I did not swear in high school. I think I only swore like 3 times all throughout school. Actually, just school in general. So that my first 18 years of life, I never swore. I never cursed. And I want to say it wasn't until like 2019 or 2020 where I was playing games with my best friend, who's my head mod, and we're playing a rhythm game called Persona 5 Dancing in Starlight. And I took control of his game, and he was on the max difficulty because he'd been playing the game for a while, and that's what he plays. And I would joke, I'm like, I could do this, no problem. He's like, all right, sure. And I took control of it. And as I was playing it, I was so hyper focused that it was just, as soon as I started to mess up, I just said, shit. And I said that without any I said that without thinking, without anything. And as soon as I said that, it registered in my mind. I paused the game. I put the controller down. I put my head in my hands, and just was like, "No, I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to say that." It's like, "Say what? What did you say?" I'm like, "I just said the S word." And he's like, "Oh, I didn't even notice that." Oh. To be fair, it was not a matter of any. Mine is probably a lot more sad in that aspect of, I didn't want to disappoint my father. See, the thing is, I'm a lot more liberal with my swearing these days. I don't mind it. I specifically try. I don't swear on stream. You guys got a free one on that one. And so swearing is not a problem for me. I don't swear all that much. And so it's not hard for me to not swear. And like, but that's the big reason is my dad has never heard me swear. And so I don't know if my mom did when she was alive. But it was one of those things where I was like, oh, well, I don't want to ruin the illusion that I don't want to look like I'm a bad son because all my other brothers curse, like swear like sailors. And I was the one person in my family who never swore, who I always spoke with very clean language. And so it was something I never wanted my parents or I never wanted my family to see that I was the watch your effing language. Well, so that's why when I read in chat, I read it like that. Based Valve. And so it wasn't until college where I was hanging out with my good buddy Apophis Nova, because we were roommates, where he swore a lot. Well, he just swore. Don't mean to call you out, Nova. You're just in the line of sight. Where when he would swear, and that's when I started to swear a lot more. And it's now at a point where I swear when I feel like it. Like, for instance, somebody was cutting me off in traffic. I'm like, you son of a, you MRFer, you get your crap together kind of thing. Like, I'm not swearing up a storm, but it's like, I'd say, pick like one of those lines, you know? So, the recordings, that's what's interesting, is that I can see when I'm with Jubilee, the VTuber, and insert name, the voice actress. Well, it's if I may be rather transparent for a moment, we talk as Val and Jubilee, and then like after we're done talking as VTubers, then it'd be suddenly person behind Val, person behind Jubilee, and Jubilee would just be like, "Oh, thank effing, that's over. That was something." I'm like, "Wow, that was so quick." Gave me whiplash. A mother trucker. That just sounds like it's just Mary Poppins with like the hold on, where is it? Oh, thank you, whoever's in my mods doing that. Like, yeah, it happens. It feels like it would look Mary Poppins with this emote right here. Ah, Freddy's here. Way to pop in, Freddy. Where have you been? A lot of your it was mostly your choice criticisms about recent things, recent events that I will describe, which I'm almost inclined to do a VOD part 2, because for the first time ever I'm like, I feel like we didn't get enough to say about it to talk about this. Okay, so I guess we have 3 things planned, which we can play the first one after stream, which is Ultimate Chicken Horse. We got to do voiceover part 2 or VOD part 2, but the last one is our for lack of a better phrase. Let me make sure who all's in my chat because I don't want to offend someone's ears. That hasn't heard me swear. Okay, we're all right. The stream or the whatever you were referencing of uh bitching about voiceover things and just like our horror stories. And so that's right. That's when it was. Just that is Tuesday. That is Tuesday. That is Tuesday. Oh wait. Time flew by. Wow. Yes. Fun. We do. Fun fact. And this happens anytime. It's I have 6 files submitted and about 40 people signing up to do it, which I always find fun. So hopefully people will get those in soon. I'll actually have to put up a thing about that. Do it. And if you, I will happily send you. This is so for you and your voiceover friends. I will give you guys all the scripts and all the files, and you can pick which ones you guys want to do if they want to do it as well. Because having them, that is a privilege. They get the privilege of choosing. So, just having them be a part of the project, that's a privilege in of itself. So, like, you know what? If they get to be a part of it, pick which one you want. Have fun with it. Go, do crime. Okay, anywho, sorry. Questions. Yes. What sound or noise do you love? Wow. Yeah. Do I? That one? What is that from? That was from Fairy Tale. Huh, I've never seen Fairy Tale. All I know is Todd Habercorn is in it. I guess I have to watch Fairy Tale. What sound or noise do you hate? Oh. It's okay. That's an important question. Well, let's see. Oh, Devil's a part-timer. Kentaro. Alright. Hey. But hey, you get the roles that you get, and that's on a resume. So, what profession other than your own would you like to attempt? My twin brother is a carpenter. It's really funny because when you look at my family and the type of work we all do, it's my father, elevator mechanic, retired elevator mechanic, is currently an elevator inspector. My eldest brother, elevator mechanic. My older brother, an electrician. My twin brother, carpenter. Me, audio engineer and voice actor. It's like, where did I go wrong in the line? If it's any consolation, though, after college, I'm looking to apply to be an elevator mechanic just so I can support the voice acting and streaming thing. So, it's like, guess what? It'll be a family entirely of tradesmen. But it's only to support streaming and voice acting because those mics aren't going to pay for itself. HVAC? That is true. There was a position near me that was hiring, and I'm upset I didn't apply for it. Really? Oh. Huh. Maybe I'll have to look into that. Good to know. Well, not to mention also help me understand better air conditioning, airflow crap next time when I'm building my own studio in the future. Because, oh my gosh, I hate. Anyway, that's a conversation for a different time. The amount of work that went into our studio for our broadcast, and then our mixing studio, our mixing room, and then our voiceover booth. The amount of engineering that went in to make sure that we still got air conditioning, but it was not heard. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Interesting. I'll have to look into that. Thank you for that recommendation. What profession other than your own would you, or what profession would you not like to do? That one? HVAC? Oh. It's icky. It's gross. Yeah. Our last question. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates? Congratulations, we cast that role to someone else. Or no, it was thank you for your submission. Unfortunately, we're going with a different direction. Gosh. It's, that's a good one. That's a good one. What you said, not mine. What you said, not mine. Oh! There's actually a carpenter position that's opening up on my campus. Oh, maybe I'll need to apply for that. I should. So the thing is, I'm trying to get him a job up here where I am, because not only would he get, if he worked for my university, he would get paid very well, get good benefits, and not to mention he'd get free tuition. Just saying. So, all right. Well, that about concludes all of our... Oh, it's for a carpenter, not a journeyman carpenter. I don't think so. Let's see. Experience. This position requires a journeyman carpenter of 4 years experience. No! See, my brother could do it. My twin brother could apply and do it. That makes me sad. It's okay. They're also hiring a sous chef for whatever reason. Yeah, a sous chef. Because... Nope. That's the thing with my university is so big, and they does so many things. Like, there's a lot of things. Javal, check your DMs. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Sorry, those are just weird noises. I'm so sorry. I went into like gremlin mode for a moment. It's yeah, it's more frustration and more swearing. Respectfully. All right. So, that is the end of our show. I think it's time we wrapped up by asking my final, and in my opinion, our second most important question. That is, Jubilee, who shall we raid? And how dare you throw that sprite at me? Before you answer, put their name in the chat for everyone to see. I will address the chat, and then I will get that name from you. So... Guys, thank you so much for joining me on this return to the VOD. I'll be planning more VODs soon. I've just been super busy, and I want to do the VOD again. It's my favorite thing, 2 streams a week, getting to have wonderful VTubers on it. You'll never know who you'll see. I know, but that's because I set all of it up. But yeah, it's so much fun to see you guys come out and support these wonderful people. Again, if you're not following Jubilee, please, go do it. Because if you don't, I'll track you down and I'll throw Dr. Pepper at you. Or I'll take your Dr. Pepper away. I'll take away your hung Twinkies. No hung Twinkies. 9-grain Twinkies. Ugh. I would have settled for 8-grain, but I guess 9's alright. Yeah. But yeah, thank you guys so much. If you're not following me on Twitter, Blue Sky's fun. I like Blue Sky. So, but there's all my social medias. Wonderful meeting you. Hope you enjoy the cooler weather. Brother, you live where they are. You live where she is. You were like 30 minutes. Maybe less. So, yeah, for all of our wonderful chatters to see. If you want to support me on Throne, for whatever reason, somebody put fishnet leggings on my throne. They're glow in the dark. Don't worry about that. Here's my Discord. Join my Discord if you're not a part of it already. And follow me on YouTube. My YouTube is growing, and we just recently hit 450 subscribers on there. We're actually at 451 subscribers on there. So, thank you. Come follow me there if you want to see crappy voiceover memes. Knock off Gianni Madrigano, if you will. I'm sorry. They're funky. They're funny. They're Thank you. They're so good. They're okay. Let's see. I know where you live, young man. Joke's on you. I know where I live. You're not special. I know your IP address. Well, I know my IP address, so... Oh. That's the wrong thing. Let's see. Momiji Kitsune. Let's search Okami. Heck yeah, that's a beautiful model. All right, that is for our wonderful subscribers, and that is for our wonderful followers. So guys, thank you so much for joining me today on this wonderful episode of the VOD. I can't wait to get back to it. If you want those emotes, consider subscribing. And if not, that's okay. Just copy the one down below. Tony, you have a subscription. You can copy the one with the raid thing. But anyway, with that in mind, where's my start raid thing? With that in mind, my name is Val. This has been Jubilee, and this has been the VOD. I hope to see you guys next Monday, as we're going to be streaming something. I don't know what yet, but we will be planning things, and expect an Ultimate Chicken Horse collab. Because boy howdy, now that I have it, I just want friends to play with, because I freaking love Ultimate Chicken Horse. So, there's a cheat code for everything? Oh my gosh. Well, we're going to be having some fun with that. So, anywho, guys, you have a wonderful weekend. And can I join? Yeah, can I do the join raid? Unfortunately, you... Wait, what do you mean? Yes? Yes? Do I click leave? Wait, no, you just stay... You stay in the chat. So you copy the little Pop Nemo there, one... And then you follow us. Don't worry, we'll take care of all of that. Anywho, you guys have a wonderful night. Thank you so much. And please, remember, I don't know where I was going. I never have a sign off like that. Anywho, my name is Val. This has been Jubilee. Thank you so much for watching the VOD, and I will see you guys next week. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye!